Off they go. Gerrymander began okay down towards the inside with Short Arc. Out quickly too is Our Jester, Pagan Symbol and Morning Sanction out wide. As they settle down now and Gerrymander pushes through on the inside to lead Our Jester at the 800. In third placing then on the outside, Pagan Symbol, 1.5. Donna Nostra getting up on the inside to fourth, and then Morning Sanction, 1 Short Arc, and then Arkina. Back behind those, Amber Rossi getting up on the inside of Chasmachan, who's got well back from Splash of White Fireworks, and about 2 lengths last Just For Us going erratically before the turn now, and Our Jester got out 1.5 lengths on Gerrymander. In third placing, Pagan Symbol, hard ridden. Morning Sanction is making ground quickly around the outside, and they were clear of Donna Nostra, Amber Rossi and Arkina when they corner from Splash of White. Our Jester leads in the straight, passing the 200, but Gerrymander's claimed it very quickly and dashed to the front. Pagan Symbol running on fairly, and then Chasmachan and Morning Sanction, but Gerrymander opening up. It is way too good. Ease down on the post. Gerrymander and D. Oliver win it over 3 lengths. Our Jester second, and third goes to Pagan Symbol. So they held 1, 2, 3 virtually all the way. Fireworks, there was a run. A cracker of a run. He was charging home and it was all over from Chasmachan, Short Arc, and then came Morning Sanction, Arkina out wider. Back behind them was Donna Nostra, followed by Splash of White, Amber Rossi and Just For Us.
Thanks, Greg. Gerrymander, the favourite, won the way favourites should, I suppose. $1.80 and $1.20 on Super Tab. Number 5, Our Jester. It's going to return a place tote of $1.80. And number 2, Pagan Symbol, finishing third. A bit of value into the trifecta, $5.20. They are the approximate totes on the first at Cranbourne. And at Sandown Park, the greyhounds are...
Now the all clear given. Off they go. Not a bad start. The favourite Imshi soon after the jump goes to the lead in the early part. Ambatage going through in the pink colours to be in second placing, and Shadrach is just behind those, easing back a bit. Foray are going forward, and so too through on the inside Crazy in Love. Back behind them Go Get 'em, settling down about 6th or so on the outside of Shadrach, who lost ground early. 2 lengths to Have a Lash. 2 lengths further back is Recoup Our Losses, Aim to Please, who didn't go over the crossing well. Matoka Miss around it, and Tyrrelise 2.5 away last of all. Coming up towards the turn, Ambatage about a neck in front of the favourite Imshi on the outside. 2 lengths to Crazy in Love, followed by Foray, and they're followed by Shadrach and Go Get 'em when they corner now, and Ambatage in front, about to be tackled by Imshi. Crazy in Love switches to the inside. Foray out wide. Imshi asked for the big effort at the 100-metre mark. Dunn had to go for the whip. Shadrach is bursting through on the inside of it, and Foray the outside. Imshi gone. Shadrach hit the front on the inside. Foray tries to reach it. Shadrach wanted a neck to Foray. Now third after getting tightened up badly, Imshi. Aim to Please charging home on the outside of her. Just behind those to finish in the race was Tyrrelise, who made a lot of ground, and Ambatage on the fence, and then Have a Lash, Crazy in Love, Recoup Our Losses, Go Get 'em, and Matoka Miss was a bad last. Number 5 has got it. Shadrach through on the inside. Imshi, when called on for the run, was immediately under the whip at the 200. And now they're set and on their journey. And Casual Love down near the inside wasn't the best out. Kaylee Falcon was away okay. Thunderbird isn't displaying much early pace. As yet dropped out to be last. Up with the pacemakers now, Confederate Girl just in front. From booting through on the inside of it now to take up the running Beholder Star, and Casual Love has booted through again to be up second, and they're followed then by Confederate Girl, now third outside Lullaby Blue, followed by Royal Bellotto, nicely placed in 5th position on the outside of Kaylee Falcon. 2 lengths then Philippa's Elf, and Aerodyna's on the outside of her. Trapped out wide then Crisis Time, a length to Thunderbird, a length further back is Royal Effort, being followed then by Imposing Image, and around the outside Our Position out wide, with as yet last of all at the 500 Casual Love has gone through to lead now from Beholder Star and Confederate Girl. Kaylee Falcon fourth the inside, Royal Bellotto making some ground. They're followed then by Philippa's Elf through on the inside. Our Position is next, and Aerodyne running into it but needs a run when they come to the home corner. And then Crisis Time as they wheel the straight, and Casual Love kicked out by 2 lengths to Kaylee Falcon. Beholder Star on the outside now, Our Position, and Thunderbird is screeching down the outside. Casual Love in front, but Thunderbird moves up fast, takes the lead. Our Position is coming coming at Thunderbird. Thunderbird a half in front though, and Thunderbird one at a neck to our position, and 3 lengths away is Royal Effort, who ran on nicely from Casual Love fourth, then Kaylee Falcon, Philippa's Elf. Back behind it was Aerodyne, who didn't go on, followed in by Imposing Image, and then came As Yet. Behind them was Beholder Star. Royal Bellotto finished a good way back in the field, followed by Lullaby Blue, Confederate Girl, and Crisis Time last of all. Number 14, the winner, Thunderbird, ridden by Shane Tronrid. And when he said go, coming around the turn, she sprint. Now, they're set and away. And the one that was a little slow, Miss Teresa, Speak French out in a hurry with Portrait Lady. They bounced to the lead ahead of Yuma Zuma, Beja Floor. On the outside is Sir Ellen, being followed then by Fairway Lass. Over on the outside then Miss Teresa, and Court Dancer dropped out to last, about 7 lengths from the leader, which is Speak French. Speak French at the 1,000, led by a little over a length here to Yuma Zuma, Portrait Lady the outside. Beja Floor ahead away on the rails in the green blinkers. Behind her then Miss Teresa, followed by Sir Ellen. Second last Fairway Lass, and a length and a half to Court Dancer at the 700 now, and Speak French clapping on a bit more pace, has gone out 3.5 lengths Yuma Zuma, 3/4 the rail then Beja Floor, a half Portrait Lady, 2 lengths Sir Ellen running fifth around the outside of Miss Teresa, ridden along. Over on the inside Fairway Lass, and Court Dancer's really going to need to get a wriggle on. Flaherty's easing into the outside, he's got a big kick left, but he's giving them a bit of a start. At the turn they're kicking up with Speak French being tackled now by Beja Floor. Portrait Lady out wide, Sir Ellen's gone the deepest as Yuma Zuma drops off. Court Dancer weaving through the pack, but Beja Floor goes for home at the 200. Leads by 2 lengths Sir Ellen, and then Court Dancer anchored with the big weight. Beja Floor with Sir Ellen tackling it. It's Sir Ellen racing up. Beja Floor kicks strongly. Beja Floor, Sir Ellen, Sir Ellen. Sir Ellen on the outside. Grab Beja Floor, I think, to win. Court Dancer 3 lengths back third. They're followed in behind those by Speak French and Portrait Lady, and then came Miss Teresa, Yuma Zuma, and Fairway Lass. Judges called for a camera. Sir Ellen's taken a real lunge here. Race number 5 at Cranbourne on a good track. All set now. Off they go. Now at the start, Dancing Bolero went down on his nose, missed at 4. How the jockey stayed in the saddle was a miracle. Marcos bounced out ahead, but going forward, Roxlad through on the inside under Flaherty, and he comfortably goes to the front, the favourite at the 1,000 metres. It's Roxlad in front from Marcos second, third Torelli on the inside, 2 lengths Muse and Dan. Bangor Bay moving up on the outside, followed then by Aqua Centauri, strings attached on the rail, and 2 lengths last of all Dancing Bolero. Roxlad the leader before they come off the back straight, led by 2 lengths Torelli and Marcos. Moving up quickly Aqua Centauri around the outside. They're followed by Muse and Dan 2 lengths away. Strings attached to rail, Bangor Bay on the outside, and Dancing Bolero last. But Roxlad went 2.5 in front before the home turn, and he's doing it pretty well. Aqua Centauri 3 deep around the outside of Marcos, and Torelli on the rail, and then 2 lengths Strings attached and Muse and Dan. But Roxlad at the 200 metres. Flaherty hasn't gone for him yet. He's still about 3 lengths in front. Torelli is giving chase and trying hard. Strings attached on the inside, and then Marcos, but Roxlad is nicely clear. Torelli is taking a bit of ground off him at the finish, but Roxlad comfortably by about a length and 3/4 over Torelli second. Couldn't pick third. It was between Marcos outside and Strings attached the rail, clear of Muse and Dan, Dancing Bolero, Aqua Centauri, and the last one was Bangor Bay. 2, 1 and 7, that's the way it is, the journey here, and they're on their way now. And Navy Brass didn't begin at all well. Mr. Machiavelli was out in a hurry with Rapid Progress. Cammy's Boy near the outside. Rash Rudder is pushing up near the inside. So is Strange Addiction, the grey, trying to hold a more forward roll. And Lord Tyson settles off that leading 5 in 6th placing. Now they come along after going about 300 metres. And Cammy's Boy on the outside has gone to the lead. Strange Addiction is a length away second. And Mr. Machiavelli parked a length back third. 2 lengths Rash Rudder. 1 Rapid Progress. More than 2 Lord Tyson. And a half Navy Brass. Wonder Bold Poet through on the inside of him is Grey Alex, followed then by another Neptune, and It's Windy again is back last of all as they run down the back of the course, and they're in search of the 800 metres with Cammy's Boy leading. The pace has dropped off a little bit here, and the field's starting to pack a bit, and it's Cammy's Boy by a neat length running second as Strange Addiction. 2 lengths Mr. Machiavelli, well placed third outside Rapid Progress. They're followed by Rash Rudder and Lord Tyson in the green sleeves and cappers between horses. Navy Brass classes around him, and then Grey Alex when they came to the turn. Bowl Poet is a good way back. So is Another Neptune when they come around the home turn, and It's Windy Again as last of all. They're inside the 400. Cammy's Boy by 2 lengths. Mr. Machiavelli and Stranger Dixon trying hard. Then Lord Tyson pulled to the outside. Cammy's Boy led. He slipped 3 lengths in front. Mr. Machiavelli is trying hard and he's pegging back the leader. 3 lengths Lord Tyson not going on, and Another Neptune with a run, but Mr. Machiavelli with his big weight put his head in front of Cammy's Boy and Grey Alex and Mr. Machiavelli. Mr. Machiavelli beat Cammy's Boy 3/4, Grey Alex third, and then Another Neptune, Rash Runner, Bowl Poet. Lord Tyson had his chance, couldn't go on. Behind them Stranger Dixon showed pace but dropped out, and then came Navy Brass, It's Windy Again, and Rapid Progress at the tail. Ready to break in race number 7 of the day. And they're on their journey now. King's Gem came out sideways and did hamper Harker Fire at the start. Harker Fire drops right out behind them in the early part. Caveside Cannibal first to appear on the inside, but headed off now by Romantic Star. Casco Bay is prominent, the grey. Wold Sellers going forward. He'll probably want the front with Nassau Sound. They're both going up to Romantic Star at the post the first time now. And it's Nassau Sound outside Romantic Star. Wold Seller linked at a half away third. Caveside Cannibal fourth inside Casco Bay. In behind those horses then is King's Gem racing on the inside and pulling his head off there. Brevella's around him, followed then by Harker Fire second to last, and Best Notes on the outside. He's about to start a run into the back on Best Notes after being trapped out wide, and into the back it's Romantic Star holding them all out. About 1,200 metres to go. A length and a half in front. Nassau Sound is second. Caveside Cannibal third on the inside of Wellsell. Best Notes around the outside, and King's Bid still wants to fight the rider King's Gem on the inside. Casco Bay has got pushed back a little to be about 6th or 7th on the outside now, and behind him is Brevell on the outside of Harker Fire, who got hampered at the start. Inside the 1,000 they race, and Romantic Star is the leader, a half length clear on Nassau Sound, and Best Notes has had no luck, is now trapped out 3 deep on the pace. One behind them is Wellsell in 4th placing on the outside of Caveside Cannibal. Now starting a run is Casco Bay, 3 and 4 wide around the outside from Harker Fire. Then follows King's Gem, and back last of all now is Brevell. Off the back at the 600, they haven't gone all that hard in this, and Romantic Star 1 length in front from Nassau Sound. Hard-ridden Best Notes after his tough run. Casco Bay starting a run around the outside of him. Wellsell getting through on the rails, and now Brevell from near last picking them up, and just behind those is Harker Fire, who needs a run. Into the straight, Romantic Star flattened in the lead at 2 lengths on Nassau Sound, Casco Bay. Wellsell on the inside, and then Harker Fire, and Brevell on the outside. Romantic Star the leader, he's very tight. Nassau Sound, Harker Fire, Casco Bay and Brevell trying to reach him. It's Casco Bay putting his head in front, and Casco Bay beat Brevell, and maybe Harker Fire will be third. Romantic Star and Nassau Sound are close up. Next, King's Gem running on out wide, followed by Best Notes, and then the long last in it, just walking over the line, actually, Caveside Cannibal. Something amiss there. Off they go now. And a good sort of a dispatch. I Go Wild out okay towards the inside. Transgress jump reasonably, but he's going to get back a little, it would appear. One of the first out, and it is Crepitus, but he's headed off by Carcassville and I Go Wild in the yellow sleeves. Crepitus is between those, and a length further back in the field. Radiology pushing through. Over on the outside is Dance on Wind, and they're followed by Field Legend and Calvin in that bunch. A 2 lengths break in the field to Transgress over on the outside. Zoffin in the all-white colours, followed by Misrule tracking out wide. A length and a half to Brugalier, and then came Kelray over on the inside going past the 800. Kingston View well back and 3 deep from Dewgold, and Alframati last of all. Down the back of the course, about to come off the back straight, and the leader is I Go Wild ahead in advance of Crepitus. They've not gone hard. Radiology is 3 deep and 4 wide. Dance on Wind. Field Legend the grey a length behind them, 5th from Kelvin, and then Carcassville back behind them. Zoffin hard ridden, so is Transgress. He's about 7 off the leader, and he's got his ears ridden off at the moment. Before the turn, Dance on Wind shot clear of Crepitus and straightened up with a good lead. Dance on Wind led by about 2 lengths. Crepitus at least that margin. 3 lengths to Field Legend, and then came Radiology, but it's Dance on Wind well clear. Mark Flaherty shooting for 3, and he's well and truly got it. Crepitus battling strongly with Field Legend, but Dance on Wind scores a comfortable victory. Dance on Wind about 4 lengths. Crepitus and Field Legend third, Calvin fourth. Then came Transgress, who finished fairly, from Zoffin, Kelray, Brugel Fugalier. Behind those was El Framati, Radiology Weekend, then Dew Gold, Misrule, Kingston View, Carcassville, and I Go Wild back last of all after leading. Yeah, so Bear All didn't begin at all well, and one of the first out in a Denny Boy. Arkley away fast too is Sack the Maid hunting through near the inside as they settle down. Manish Boy getting back to be about third or fourth last at the 1300 metres now, and Denny Boy leads. Olay goes up into second placing on the inside. A length and a half away, Sack the Maid, followed by Raven On, who's pulling against Brian Johns. Saddle might have moved. He's in awful bother on the horse lying third. Back behind those horses. Oh, now the saddle's come off. It was at least the blanket underneath the saddle on that horse has come off, Raven On. I saw that go. Hope he didn't lose any weight in that. Arkley is up fourth on the outside. They're followed then by Bold Fiasco in the centre, and Sack the Maid over on the inside. 2 lengths further back in the field. At the head of the others, Hula Rays over on the inside. Bear All after missing the kick, moving around the outside. Our Canny Lass in the centre. 2 Managed Boy third to last from Silver Zeta and Zinel. Off the back at the 600, Olay about a neck in front of Denny Boy. 2 lengths away in the field, Raven On. Brian Johns doing a good job to stay on board there. Moving up, Sack the Maid on the outside. 2 to Arkley in the red and white running on. Hula Rose on the inside. Managed Boy still 6 or 7 away from the leader. He'll need to get a real burst on. Olay led around the home turn though. Straightened up a length and a half in front of Raven On, who's into second placing despite the difficulties. Hula Rose through on the inside the 200 metres. I can't believe this. Raven On is coming after Olay. It's Olay in front of Raven On and Hula Rose. Silver Zeta with a late run. Olay is still clear though near the line. Olay, yes, Olay won it by a length. Silver Zeta's probably got second. Brian Johns, a fantastic ride on Raven On in that photo. Just behind those horses then was Hula Rose, Sack the Maid, Manish Boy, and they were trailed then by Zinel, Denny Boy, Bear All. Towards the end is Arkley, Bold Fiasco, and Our Canny Lass last of all. Number 7, Olay, has got the prize, ridden by Sally Wynn. Number 7, what's she going to pay? $35, goodness me. 35.40 and 7.70. Dash to the lead. Held out. Well, what a certainty beaten Raven On was. Number 13 has got second. Silver Zeta. The grey flashing home on the outside. And Raven On. Now, I did see about 1,000 metres. I don't think he lost his irons in this finish. But what did happen when the saddle moved,